Welcome to the special edition of the North Shore Community Association's podcast, November 16, 2022. Hello, this is Annie Lafrenière, the NSCA's Programs and Communications Coordinator. This week, from November 14 to the 20th, marked the 7th edition of Early Childhood Week. This podcast will serve as a spotlight on the week, the community events, and the programs pertaining to early childhood on the North Shore of Quebec. Plus, we will present an interview with Amber Dalby, the NSCA's Community Coordinator for the MRC of Sept-Rivières.
Good afternoon, Amber, and thank you for joining our podcast this afternoon.
Thank you for inviting me.
Today, we'd like to discuss your role with the North Shore Community Association and the programs you're currently working on.
As you know, my name is Amber Dalby. I'm a community coordinator for the NSCA, working specifically with the early childhood. Our mission is to create an environment for children who are a part of the English-speaking community that can allow them to have fun, learn important skills such as socialization, fine and gross motor skills, as well as giving parents a chance to come together. I hope to continue growing these activities so parents and children always have not only a safe place, but a wonderful place to learn skills to prepare for school and continue to build skills for older children as well to use in adulthood.
And that's a really important thing, is for people to feel safe. And then that way, once you feel safe, then you can learn. Are there any other programs that are offered through your organization that you would like to speak on?
Yes, we have the story time in sept-îles, which is taking place at the Bibliothèque Louis Ange Centré, excuse me for the pronunciation, de Sept-Îles, also in port-cartier at the Bibliothèque Le Manuscrit de port-cartier. These activities, we focus on literacy by doing animated reading, then crafts to practice motor skills, counting, and also physical activities to stay active and healthy. Each one ends with a healthy snack and drink to hold kids over until lunchtime, as all the kids enjoy having a little treat before they leave for the day.
Are you finding that there's quite a few people that attend your sessions?
Yes, we started off very small, and then with good luck and my awesome parents that come, we've had grown up to about 10 to 13 kids now per session.
That is very good for Sept-Îles area.
Yes, even port-cartier, it's nice to see how involved the parents are with the kids. It's a great outcome every time.
It's very important that parents are involved with their children, and this is a great way for them to bond together and get the reading literacy underway.
Absolutely, it's so important, that literacy. We also do our toddler time at the NSCA office in Sept-Îles. This activity can change from indoor to outdoor, exploring nature, making messes, and having lots of fun. We do not read at these activities. This is more focusing on staying active, learning through play and messes, risky play, which is a big popular thing coming in, as well as a social moment for the children and parents to get together. As with COVID finally starting to roll on past, this is a great opportunity for everyone to get together and learn who's in our neighborhood.
Now, you did touch on risky play. Can you explain that a little bit more?
Absolutely. That allows kids to play together or by themselves and just explore either doing dangerous things that might make parents a little bit worried, but in a safe way. So obviously you wouldn't let them play around the stove or kitchen still. But if they're outdoor at the park and they want to climb that bench, if they want to climb trees, or if they're running around the house without hurting themselves, it's a great time to get them to be self-aware of their body. Okay. And also teaches them consequences, because sometimes they're going to get hurt. We can't always, prevent that injury from happening, but it makes them more aware of cause and effect. And it's a great way for them to learn balance and motor skills and just keep them very active. All our activities, all have snacks, and a healthy snack we always try and offer. If it's a special holiday, we might tie in a little unhealthy snack just to keep festive. And we always have drinks and either water or juice. And this lets the kids regain a little bit of energy before they carry on with their day. We are starting up now again, which is the parent volley. I'm very excited to be a part of this because it's started just before I did. And it's very, very fun. We get to go back into the schools now. This program takes place in English schools on the North Shore. I am specifically working with Riverview and Port-Cartier and Fleming and Sept-Îles. This program was created to get parents involved with their young children in the school. We do this for pre-K classes in kindergarten. We work with the teachers and the principals to assess which areas the children need help in improving, which really lets us tailor it so it's a one-on-one. By doing this, we can offer activities, let the kids interact and play while also learning. We have workshops for the parents that will teach them how to incorporate these in their everyday life. So it's not something that's one and done, you never use again. Our goal is to teach everybody how to keep this going at home to
Make
further
it
always use.
sustainable. Yeah, make it
Yeah,
sustainable throughout life. Yeah, in their growing
absolutely.
years.
We can do things like hygiene, counting, literacy, and even risky play. We can teach that all. That again teaches balance, motor skills, all things that they can use as they get older.
And how long are these activities in duration?
So we don't want to take up too much time in the classroom because it's critical that they also learn in school. It'll be about an hour and a half each activity. And
That's
also too, it's hard for the parents with work and everyone has different schedules. So we want to be mindful of their schedules that they have going on throughout the day as well.
and to keep the child's attention as well too. They have that short
Absolutely.
attention span happening.
Absolutely. And that's why we're gearing this more towards the morning as well, because we understand that children, especially of this age, being really young, they get pretty tired by the end of the day, and it becomes more of a they don't really want to learn anymore. They're just ready to go home and relax. So
Yes.
hopefully by doing this in the morning, we can get everybody in a good mood. And I had a brand new program that I have the pleasure of creating and working on. It's with Gabrielle Anderson from the Coasters Association. So we're doing a cross collaboration between our two communities. We have made a safe place for adults called the Baby Talk Tuesdays. This is an online drop-in group. We have realized pregnant and parents of newborns tend to be more isolated. We wanted to offer a place that they could ask questions about concerns or get information for their current life experiences, as everyone's going through different stages. That said, it's not exclusive only to new becoming parents, as people with teenagers or children of middle age. It can be very chaotic at times. So we encourage all types of families with any age child to drop and have a chat. We go all the way from Blossablon across to baie-comeau. It's a great thing that having this Zoom and online means you don't have to leave the comfort of your home or worry about packing up kids, getting them out the door just to have like a little socialization moment. This makes it very easy and convenient. This is also a great opportunity for old friends, since I know a lot of people in the coast know each other going through school and traveling. It lets everybody reconnect that have lost their way, since, having families, jobs, it makes it very hard to keep up with each other. And our goal ultimately is to bring parents together, comfortably talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly, because, parenting's not always rainbows and sunshines. It gets really hard sometimes. It can be gross and
Well, so there's not necessarily experts on site there. It's just truly a socialization time where the parents can get together and share their stories, their experiences.
That's what we're starting with, and we want to address the needs as they come. So if a parent that's currently breastfeeding, and then there's a strong need for a lactation consultant, then we
Yes.
can bring in that tool and have a workshop so they can work one-on-one with that specific person, or we can do a whole group session if there's enough demand. And it also offer things for fathers as well. So if they want like prenatal classes, but they're not comfortable doing it with the whole group, then we can break down into rooms and help just the fathers so they're more comfortable talking amongst themselves.
That is a great idea.
Yeah, yeah, because not everybody has these services available, especially in English. So if we can help and get them that, even if it's not in person, at least it opens the door, right?
Absolutely. So what are your plans for the future in terms of programming and planning?
I really hope that our current programs go strong, they grow, and we can offer other activities such as like family game nights, seasonal parties, movie nights, a bigger outdoor event, just going to Galax, which allows both of our towns here in Sept-Îles and port-cartier to like get together, doing things like movie nights and all that kind of stuff. Our current programs, I believe, is very much in need, as we don't have much to start with. Even for the French children in our small town, we don't really have many activities that the children get to do. So I believe it's really important, but especially for our English children, offering more outings and events certainly beneficial to them, because it gets them socializing, it gets them to utilize that English they're learning, especially if they're coming from a French home learning English. And overall, I think it's something that we can definitely expand on, and in big need for our kids.
Amber, is there any other programs the organization offers that you'd like to discuss?
Oh yes, we also have our new mental health program, which has started with Alicia. She works for the young adults and older adults, 14 to 49 years old. She can get you information if you're struggling or having a hard time to help you get on the right path. And she does a lot of things, events for the youth and to the 49-year-old age group. She's been doing activities in the office, outside the office, and she has tons of information and pamphlets and anything you need help with. She can point you in the right direction. She's been a big help for our community.
Are your programs offered in English or bilingual or just French, or can you
So
expand on that?
our programs in general are just offered in English, but of course, if we have families that are bilingual or they're starting off as French, then we do our best to help make them understand. So we offer a lot of our pamphlets and stuff in bilingual.
How can you be contacted if a person wishes to explore your programs or services, or just to simply call and get information?
Yeah, you can reach me certainly by email. I'm always checking that. It's a.dalby@quebecnorthshore.org. Other ways to get information is through our Facebook page, the North Shore Community Association.
Wow, you've covered a lot of very interesting and diverse programs, Amber. I want to thank you very much for taking the time out of your very busy schedule to spotlight your role in early childhood and some of the other programs that are offered through the NSCA. And I wish you really continued success in your future planning.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure talking about everything we do. I'm very proud of our association.
Spearheaded by the Collectif Petite Enfance, the 7th annual Early Childhood Week will take place from November 14 to the 20th, with close to 300 activities across the province, revolving around the central theme of the rights of young children. Why an Early Childhood Week, you may ask? Early Childhood Week aims to give a voice to the 512,000 children aged 5 and under in Quebec and to make early childhood development a true social priority. For the North Shore of Quebec, this represents close to 5,400 children under the age of 5, or 5.9% of the population. The Collectif Petite Enfance is committed to taking the lead in ensuring the rights of children are upheld at every level of society. Early Childhood Week is an ideal opportunity to open up a dialogue about social inequalities, raise public awareness, spark new ways of thinking, and identify potential solutions to emphasize the importance of children's rights as a means of preventing and redressing these inequalities. Here quoting Elise Bonneville, the director of the Collectif Petite Enfance, quote, "All children, regardless of their gender, parents, origin, culture, birthplace, living situation, language, religion, or mental or physical health, deserve to be treated fairly and equitably. Because children are more vulnerable than adults, because they cannot vote or exercise any political or economic influence, and because the healthy development of the next generation is vital to the future of our society, it is our collective duty to ensure that the rights of all young children are upheld. We can contribute to their well-being by understanding and respecting these rights. This event is the perfect opportunity to bring early childhood development advocates together and deliver a message to the rest of Quebec on how vital it is for everyone to work together for our littlest citizens." End quote. For the occasion, our partner organization CHSSN is presenting in French with simultaneous translation in English on November 17 a webinar on challenges facing English-speaking families, exploring the effects of language as a barrier to accessing care. Join Dr. Tina Montreuil, Associate Professor at McGill University and Director of the Childhood Anxiety and Regulation of Emotions Laboratory Research Group. She will explain the latest data on the vulnerabilities of English-speaking families in the context of access to care. For Early Childhood Week, the NSCA organized 3 activities. There was Storytime event in Port-Cartier last Saturday at the Public Library. There was a Baby Talk session with the Coasters Association on Tuesday, November 15, and we distributed family fun care packages to families that registered to receive one. If you missed them, know that all those activities are recurring. Storytime events